Good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Tuesday, September the 11th of 2018. 17 years from September 11th, 2001's attack on the World Trade Center. And wow, I can't believe 17 years have passed by. Victoria was in grade one. Sorry to blast your age out there, but um, Mark was even younger than that. Mark was still part of his dad. Just kidding. All right, so in today's morning market update, we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to tell you my September 11th story, and I'm sure you guys have your own. And I'd love to hear it in the comment box. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing during that time. And more importantly, if somebody out there has kind of suffered a loss due to that tragic event, today's the day that everyone thinks of you and sends you positive vibes. I remember for me in September 11th, I was in grade 11 that time. I was still a youngster. I was in high school in Canada, and they had eliminated the 13th grade. So I was going to graduate when you finish grade 12. And I remember waking up in the morning because I always wake up late and get to class a few minutes late. And I turned on the news, and I was watching this on the news, and I thought it was a movie. I'm not even kidding. I'm looking at it. I'm like, cool. You know when movies like zoom into a news clip and then zoom out and the rest of the movie continues? And I was waiting for that zooming out part for the movie. I'm like, this is a cool movie. I got to watch it at some point. And I realized it was real. Back then, I was trading currencies. I was on a platform called Oanda, and I was trading XAU USD. That was kind of my currency pair. And I was telling the guys in the office this morning, I remember the gold was trading in the 200s. I didn't remember what the price was. I had to zoom in and check, but it was trading at 272 the night before, and it went up to 294 on the height of that move that same day, up almost 10%. And I remember jumping on the chart on XAU USD, and I remember buying somewhere very close to the high and getting stopped out on that trade only to pick it back up on the sell-off again, and then do a little bit better. I was trading much smaller back then. I was still learning. It was sort of the beginning stages of my career. I started trading Forex earlier that year, actually, in 2001. And that was a crazy volatility event for me. And it was pretty, it was sad, but on the charts, it was exciting to see movement and for me to trade it. So it was a little bit of a conflicted feeling sort of day. I made a little bit of money that day, and it was very interesting. That was 17 years ago. My gosh, time flies. Today's morning market update in Asia, Japan's up 1.2%, Hong Kong's down 0.7%, China's down 0.1%, and India's down 1.34%. So sell off across the board in Asian equities. Pretty much everything is red in today's market other than Japan. Japan from a good GDP figure yesterday, and it's still seeing some optimism in its stock market. In Europe, London's down 0.6%, Paris down 1/10%, and Frankfurt down 0.5 percentage point. And in the United States, Dow's down 0.42, S&P's down 0.26, Nasdaq's down 0.28 percentage points. All right, and red across the board. I think we're still getting hit here. Stabilizing somewhere near overnight lows, which is, the overnight low was just a couple minutes ago. All right, crude oil prices slightly higher, went up a little bit higher overnight and faded. Gold price is down 700, so almost 0.1%. Bitcoin up 0.81%, hanging around the low 6,000 to mid 6,000 range. All right, today we're not going to get a whole lot of numbers. At 10 a.m., top of the hour, we got the JOLTS report, and that stands for Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. It's another look at the jobs market. It's not going to be as important this month because we had the non-farm payrolls and the ADP already last week, but still something traders are going to be looking for. Also, we're going to see wholesale trade at the top of the hour, and at 1 p.m., bond traders, you're going to see the results of a $35 billion 3-year note auction, and that's going to cause some volatility in the ZBs and bond markets. All right, few topics we're going to talk about today. First, the British pound rallied to 5-week highs against the US dollar on optimism yesterday that there is a Brexit deal happening. So the Brexit situation's a little tense. The hard Brexit is the idea that the UK emancipates and splits completely from the European Union. A soft Brexit is a lower version of that. They split in some ways, but not really. It's not formal. It's a mix-up. And that's not what the people voted for. The people voted to leave the European Union. So it was interesting to see the pound react positively to the fact they are going to exit the European Union, because traditionally what the pound would do is, if they're going to exit the European Union, the pound will go down because there's uncertainty. But the deadline for this Brexit is this March coming up, 2019. So as we approach that deadline, the uncertainties become less fearful and more exciting to the UK. They do want to exit. So on that news, the pound rallied and then it sold off overnight. 1 hour into the London Open, we had a little bit of a rally, then it faded and pretty much gave up most of its gains from yesterday. So keep your eye out on that. You're going to hear more developments over this week because there's meetings going on, and then definitely over the next couple months. We have a lot of opportunity in the pound. The second item I want to cover with you today is the oil prices. These U.S. sanctions that are going live on Iran are Iran is, I remember somebody corrected me, it's not Iran. What are you running from? And I tell them I'm an immigrant. Don't pay attention to the pronunciation. Pay attention to what it means. That's where you're going to make money. I mean, if there's a market where you could make money on how I pronounce things, by all means, go for it. Make a lot of money. I butcher things a lot. Yeah, sanctions coming in. A few key meetings. Energy Secretary Rick Perry from the U.S. met Saudi Arabia's energy minister yesterday. And Perry will meet with Russian energy minister Novak on Thursday in Moscow. So there's some opportunity there from oil. Basically, the United States is encouraging other countries to increase the output. So the U.S. and Donald Trump administration slap sanctions on Iran, which dwindles the global supply. And then they go to Saudi Arabia, one of their allies, and one of the reasons the petrodollar was even started, and says increase your output. Come on, you got to make up for Iran. Hurry up, you got to output some more. Now they're going to Russia to try to get those talks on board. Russia and Saudi Arabia are the largest producers, all right, the largest output of oil. So that's kind of where Rick Perry's trying to gain some momentum for some output. They want prices lower because a strong oil price weakens the global economy, no matter what tells you, all right? Short term, it's good. Long term, it's bad. So that's kind of what's going on in the oil market. You're going to hear a lot of updates about this over the next couple of days and into the Thursday. Keep your ear out to the squawk, and there's going to be some trade opportunities. Look out for tape bombs on oil. Tape bomb alert. A tape bomb is a news event that hits the wire that has significant influence on prices and could generate volatility in the asset. So look out. Oil in the next couple of days could get tape bombed, and we're going to be trading it in our live room daily. We got Steven, our oil desk, that's going to navigate us through us. All right, last but not least, this hurricane coming in to hit the Atlantic coast, Hurricane Florence. I don't know what anyone did to piss off Florence, but Florence is mad. She's coming in as a Hurricane 4, Category 4 storm heading towards the region. Coastal Virginia faces evacuation starting at 8 a.m. local time, so they're already evacuating as we speak. Southern Carolina's coastal residents start leaving at noon today, and that storm's expected to hit over the next 48 hours, make its way inland, and cause significant damage. And what I want to say is this: if you're in those states and you've been told to evacuate, I know it sucks leaving home, but things could get worse, all right? At least you're going to be alive. So I'm not trying to influence you. I'm going to say this: be safe no matter what decision you make. I know there's a few viewers that are watching this from there. And if you're watching it right now, get the heck out. I hope you're watching it on your phone as you're driving out, because these things, you know, Mother Nature could be fierce. And there's another one going into the Philippines. One of our staff is there. So, you know, our prayers and positive vibes go out to all of you that are affected by this. It's hurricane season. And here's some crazy numbers. No, I don't have the crazy numbers. I took them out. Point I'm trying to make is, please be safe out there. And trust me, I know leaving home sucks, but it's a safe thing to do. Last but not least, is there a trade in this opportunity? Yes, there is. All right. I'm going to speak to this very quickly. A lot of times as traders, we have a conflict between our moral instinct and our predatory trading instinct. And I got to tell you this, your job is to make money. So if there's a hurricane and there's a trade that's going to make you money, yes, it's going to do damage to people's lives. Yes, you need to make money from that event. And if you feel morally impacted by that, you could give back. Find a hurricane shelter. Find something that that will benefit those people and give back your time or your money that you made on the trade. But I'm here to tell you this. Feel no ways about making money in these events. That's your job. All right. It's your job to execute, get in there, make as much money as possible, and give back. And that's what you're there to do. There's no moral obligation on you to take the trades that are the rosiest that'll benefit humanity. Humanity benefits when you benefit. Benefit big and give back. And that's the best course of action. That's my personal philosophy. I'll tell you this. Here's the trade. That was the setup for the trade. I don't want to sound heartless. You know, there's a hurricane, guys. Here's a trade. There's some local stores that have exposure that are traded on the stock exchange. So you could look for a put spread for Bojangles, stock BOJA, and Zoe's Kitchen, stock symbol ZOES. That's the put side trade, the downside. And home builders like Home Depot and Lowe's will rally on this news because they're going to supply materials for rebuilding efforts in the region. So that's the trade. Short the local retail companies, long the home builders. If you have a moral problem with it, stay away from that trade. If you don't, make the money and give back, and that's all I could tell you. But above all else, above trading, is my concern is the safety of each and every one of you out there that tune in with us every morning. So please be safe. Evacuate if you need to. And I hope you guys are good. I'll be sending you some positive vibes. Today's market looks weak. Sell rallies early on. Look for the 10:30 a.m. reversal. Then you could buy a dip and see if there's some upside momentum. We're going to trade the downside first in our trading room. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Be safe out there. Be good and have a great trading day if you're going to be trading. And if you're not in those evacuation states, don't not evacuate because you're trading. That's not good. See you guys later. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Let's turn around, open up the trading room because it's time. Take care, guys. Bye. 17 years from September 11th. That's insane. Steven's going to have a September 11th story. I know it. Can't wait to hear it. All right, YouTube, take